Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make bacon wrapped chicken bites. Now this recipe is easy. All you need is chicken. I'm going to be using 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts. I have 1 package of center cut bacon, and I use center cut for wrapping things because it has less fat, and it's less fat that I have to render. I'm going to spray my baking rack with Pam so that the little chicken bites don't stick. I'm going to be using for seasonings paprika, seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and a little bit of olive oil so the coating will stick. I have my toothpick soaking in water because I don't trust them. I don't want them to catch on fire when I put the chicken bites under broil, just to crisp up the bacon. Welcome to my channel. I'm Jennifer. If you're looking for quick, easy, inexpensive, most of the time meals, you're in the right spot. I don't know how you found me, but I'm so happy you're here. Stay right here with me. Tonight I've got an appetizer for you that's great for gatherings, parties. It's very versatile and delicious. These bacon wrapped chicken bites. I'm gonna put you guys on pause, get my chicken washed. Let's get cooking. Okay everyone, I've got my chicken washed and I've patted it dry. And those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. So blessed that you're here. Those of you that know me know that I do not cook my chicken the same day that I season it. So what I'm going to do tonight is cut this up and season it, put it back in the refrigerator, and come back tomorrow and show you how I make these delicious chicken bites as an appetizer. Right now I'm just kind of cutting strips. This chicken technically isn't as thick as I'd like it to be, but I guess that might work in my favor. Chicken needs to go to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and I don't want these bites to be dry. So that may be one good thing about them being thin. I only have 3 chicken breasts that I'm trimming. Thinking maybe this time I'll go this way. I need them a little thicker. That piece was very, very thin. And you kind of want 1-inch pieces because I'm going to take the bacon. I'll show you and slice that down the middle. I'll show you that tomorrow. And wrap each piece of chicken and bacon and cook it at 400 degrees for exactly 20 minutes. You do not want to go over that time span. So, like I said, I'm going to season these up. You can use any kind of seasoning you like. I'm using my Trinity, which everybody that is familiar with me is garlic powder, onion powder, and seasoning salt. I'm going to use some smoked paprika tonight on these. And like I said, you can roll these before you cook them in brown sugar. And that would also give them a nice sweet and savory flavor if you want to go that route. It's got some like tendon on there. And these knives came from Knife Saga. It was my first collaboration. A company reached out to me and gave me this knife set for doing a video. So I try and use these knives as much as possible. In homage to them, that little red piece I'm going to cut off because it's not cute. And that little piece of tendon. And get these all seasoned up. I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag and let them go for about 24 hours overnight. And then I'm going to come back and show you guys how to wrap these in bacon. It's very simple, and like I said, you can get this together. You don't have to do the seasoning overnight if you don't want to. That's just something that I always love to do with my proteins, except for seafood. So I'm going to get this other chicken breast cut up, come back, and let's get seasoning. Okay, everyone, so I've got all my chicken pieces cut up, and if you want the exact measurements, it's a teaspoon of garlic powder, smoked paprika, and seasoning salt. You don't have to use seasoning salt. You can use regular salt, and I'm going to season these very, very liberally, so they'll be heavily seasoned. I'm just shaking the seasoning. This is the the seasoning salt, I'm sorry. And then this is the garlic powder. Trying to make sure they're all very coated and seasoned. And I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag and come back tomorrow evening, and show you guys how to wrap these in bacon. Now here's the onion powder. Mix these around. Yeah, this is where you want to get all your flavor because bacon will give it the smokiness along with the smoked paprika. and the rest of your flavor will come from your dipping sauces. Like I said, you can use barbecue sauce, or did I tell you that? You can use honey mustard. Ranch is my thing. You can use a whole grain mustard. A lot of different things, or you can just eat them plain. I plan to serve these with different dipping sauces on the side. Paprika give it some nice color. Just mixing that around, making sure they're all coated. And if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. It's game week. Like I said, it's getting ready to be February in Michigan. In a couple weeks will be the Super Bowl, and I wanted to show you guys some really good different appetizers to serve your guests, or anytime you have people over and you want to do something kind of fancy but inexpensive. So okay, here's my chicken. I'm going to go ahead and put it inside this Ziploc bag and come back in 24 hours. We're going to, oopsie, that one didn't get any seasoning. That's not good. I'm going to add some seasoning to that and show you how to wrap these in bacon. I'm going to set my oven at 400 degrees, and they're going to go no more than 20 minutes for the chicken bites. And any additional time I need, I'm going to go under the broil light just to crisp up the bacon, because I don't know if I told you, and if I did, I apologize. Chicken needs to be at 165 degrees in order to be safe to eat. So anyway, you guys, I will check you back in 24 hours. Have a good eat. Okay, everyone, it's been about 22 hours. I forgot the black pepper. You guys didn't tell me. I'm just joking. But I wish I guess if you're live, I've never been live. I have to figure out how to do that in the future. It would be great. Somebody could hook me up, because I didn't notice that until just now when I took them out of the refrigerator. So I'm adding some black pepper to the little chicken bites for the bacon wrapped chicken bite appetizer. You want to add a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to add a whole lot. And mix that around. Coat the chicken in. I think I need a little bit more than that. I'm not measuring this, I'm just eyeballing this. This will help crisp up the chicken. And that's done. So now I'm going to take my bacon and, I think I've lost my knife. Sorry about that. I like to use this fancy knife, Saga knife, that was gifted to me by the company. They sell it on Amazon if you guys want to get this set. I have purple, came in a lot of different colors. The thing you want to remember about buying expensive knives, you have to clean them right away. Number one, you don't want anybody to get cut. So I always recommend that you take the knives and you clean them, and you go ahead and put it back in its spot. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to take each little piece of chicken and wrap it in bacon, like so. Then I have my toothpicks here that I've been soaking in water to make sure they don't burn. And I'll just keep going. These are for my husband. He likes stuff like this. Oh, you can add chili powder. It's a lot of different, like I said, spices you can add to this chicken to season it any way you want. And I did spray my rack on my baking sheet with Pam. I know I use a lot of Pam. They know they need to reach out and hook the girl up. So I'll be giving them all this free advertisement, because I don't want them to stick. I got the oven set at 400 degrees. You see how I'm sticking the toothpick right through there. And I'm going to cook them for exactly 20 minutes. And I have my meat thermometer. You want to go, got to wash that now since I touched it with dirty hands, touching chicken. About 150, 155, because meat continues to cook. I don't know if you guys know that once you take it out. So that didn't wrap very nice. So it will continue cooking. And then what I'm going to do, if the bacon is not crisp, I'm going to put it back in the oven. And I'm using the second from the tallest rack. And I'm going to turn it to broil. Make sure that the bacon is nice and crispy. And you probably can use turkey bacon, chicken bacon. I don't know what other kind of bacons they have, but I'm sure you probably can use this recipe and use, you don't have to use pork. I'm sticking it in the end to keep it from unraveling. So as you see, so we'll go ahead and get a bunch of these done and then come back and show you what they look like before I put them in the oven. Okay, guys, I got them all done. I don't know how many there are, but that was 3 chicken breasts, and you saw they were pretty flat. They weren't pretty big, and that used the entire pack of bacon split in half. So I'm going to put them in the oven for 20 minutes. Check them with my meat thermometer. Come back and show you what I have, and see if we have to broil them. Okay, everyone, that's my timer going off. It's been exactly 20 minutes. Oh, it's smoky. Okay, let's take these out. As you see, the bacon is nowhere near done. So I'm going to switch the oven to broil and put them back in for 2 minutes on each side. And then 2 minutes on this side, then turn them over. And then cook them another 2 minutes. Let's check the temperature of the chicken while that comes to broil. Find a piece of chicken that's sticking out. Okay, and you see the chicken is done. It's at 100. It was at 168 degrees, so the chicken is definitely done. But I don't want it dried out, so I'm going to put it back in quickly on broil for 2 minutes. Take it out, show you guys how I flip it over, and then go in for another 2 and have the bacon nice and crispy. Okay, guys, that was 2 minutes. Let's take a look and see what I'm working with here after 2 minutes. And the bacon still does not look done, but I am going to flip them over one by one and put them back in for another 2 minutes, and we'll check them and see how they look. Okay, everyone, there you have it. I think I had to go an extra 3.5 minutes on each side to get each one done to my liking. Oh, I apologize. Let me put you guys on pause. That's my smoke detector. Sorry about that. Yes, it did smoke big time from all this oil. And definitely make sure that you don't get thick cut bacon. I got center cut. This is not thick cut. Thick cut, I don't know if you'll ever get them completed. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. This is thebomb.com. These are absolutely delicious. Season them any way you like them. Like I said, if you want a caramel glaze, right before you put them in the oven, get a half a cup of brown sugar and dust them all in brown sugar. Drop them in a bag and shake them around, and then put them on the rack. Make sure you line that rack. You see it made a heck of a mess, and I have to clean my oven. I want to thank you guys for watching, and here comes my joke. Okay, everyone, let me tell you guys my joke. A priest and a rabbi were sitting in adjacent seats on an airplane. After a while, the priest says to the rabbi, "Is it still a requirement of your faith that you not eat pork?" The rabbi responds, "Yes, that's still one of our laws." The priest then said, "Have you ever eaten pork?" The rabbi said, "Yes, on one occasion I did succumb to this temptation, and I ate a bacon sandwich." The priest nodded in understanding and went on reading. A while later, the rabbi spoke up and said, "Father, is it still a requirement of your church to remain celibate?" The priest replied, "Yes, that is still very much part of our faith." The rabbi then said, "Father, have you ever fallen into the temptations of the flesh?" The priest replied, "Yes, Rabbi, on one occasion I was weak and I broke my pledge of faith." The rabbi nodded, understandably, and remained silent for a few minutes. Finally, the rabbi quietly observed, "It beats the shit out of bacon." I thought that was kind of funny, especially being Catholic. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And this recipe has the freedom for you to change it up, make it your own. You can add syrup. You can add cayenne pepper. You can add chili powder to the mixture. Anything you think that'll make your family like it even more. And you can also do dipping sauces if you like. So God bless, and hope to see you on the next one.